Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at TarotForHealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. Do shoot over to my Tarot for Healing website. I am still doing the half price offer. If you want to take advantage of that, then do while you can. And also, you guys know, like I feel like every single time I'm coming on here, I'm having to kind of explain why certain things haven't been the way they used to be and stuff. And um I was actually trying to do monthlies for this month, but it's just been really difficult. As usual, stuff always happens and it's always a bit challenging. And so what I'm gonna do is I want to do a reading for all the signs, but I'm just gonna need it to be quicker because I just feel like every single time I'm trying to fit in doing these kind of longer readings, it's like the time just runs out. I don't get to do like a reading for everyone, and then I feel like I can't really upload any of them because it's not all the signs, and it's like a whole thing. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm just gonna do uh just a quick reading for, and I'll do it as a weekly because I think it doesn't make sense only pulling like 3 cards or something as a monthly. So let me check on the calendar. What days are it? There it is. What's next week? Next week is the 14th. So let's just say from the 14th to the 20th, this reading is for. Okay. So we're gonna start off with the first time. We're gonna start with Aries, and then we're gonna work our way around. So okay, the first card is the Six of Pentacles, the Aries, the Magician, and the Judgment card. So what I see for you guys is that um the Six of Pentacles with the Magician is you might have to take control of certain situations in your life at this time, Aries. There might be other people that are around you that either need your assistance or your support, and I feel like the reason why that is because they can see that you're the type of person that you really tend to manage things really well. It's like you look out for other people, you're able to um maybe take on responsibilities where others may not be able to. So you may find that people are more dependent on you. um what I would say is it all depends on how you feel about that assistance that you give. With the Magician card, it could be saying that um maybe you are actually physically able to manage things well and it's kind of okay, but then at the same time you don't want to feel like you're having to do too much for others to the point that it doesn't become manageable for you. The other way the Six of Pentacles could work is maybe you're the one that is kind of needing help and assistance as well. So it could go either way. You could be giving the assistance or maybe you're needing the assistance. If that's the case, if somebody like the Magician is in your sphere and they're able to give you assistance. The good thing about the Magician's energy is that they have a lot to offer because the Magician kind of represents a person that is very capable, very knowledgeable, has a lot of resources to hand, and is a very independent kind of person. That's why I also feel like this energy could be your kind of energy, because I feel like most Aries that I know, Aries people, are kind of you are quite independent. You are kind of like a self-starter kind of sign, and you're able to usually not really have to depend so much on others. So I kind of get the feeling that maybe it's more leaning towards you actually being of assistance to other people. However this comes out, the Judgment card is saying that there's going to be good results in the end, that is going to come forward for you, and I feel like that's coming from your own manifestation powers. So I kind of feel like whatever efforts you're really putting into your work, to whatever takes the most of your time. And also we have to think about, in terms of the Magician, also what we attract, like the law of attraction. It's almost like what you put out there is definitely what you're going to get back. And so what all the efforts that you put out is what you're going to get back in the end. And I think especially if you're able to be of assistance to somebody, I feel like it's going to, the payoff is going to be good in what you get as a return. And the Judgment card is kind of showing that something has met a ending, but then the Judgment card always offers up a new beginning that is like a lot of the time something even better. And I kind of feel like that's what is coming up for you this week. It could be good conclusions with the Judgment card to anything that's been unresolved, anything you've been waiting to hear back from, anything that you're really focused your efforts on, has a chance to have a really good payoff in the end. So do look forward to that, Aries. Okay, the next sign is going to be, who should follow? Let's go with Libra. Let's just do Libra following. And we're going to see what shows up for Libra. Okay. So Libra, your card is the Five of Pentacles with the Sun card, with the Eight of Swords. I was trying to escape. Eight of Swords. Let me pull this back to get more sun coming through. Okay, so what I see for the Libras is your energy is kind of mixed, which is no surprise because I think a lot of Libras kind of go through that energy of uncertainty, and sometimes you're even uncertain about your emotions and your feelings and stuff like that as well. So with the Five of Pentacles, it can represent when times have been really rough. It can represent financial issues that have been coming up for you, having really to be able to having to scale back financially. Again, there is a kind of support that happens with the Five of Pentacles, because it's a case of seeing something through to the end, even through the difficult times, even through the challenging times. So it's almost one of them things where, yeah, you're struggling, but you're not alone struggling. Sometimes it can be that somebody else is actually trying to help you, trying to be of assistance. Maybe they can't offer loads, but they're still making efforts and headway, like trying to in supporting you. Sometimes it can represent like you and a partner going through a really difficult patch also. But I kind of see that with the Five and the Pentacles energy together, it kind of does represent when you kind of feel that there is a lack or a limitation that has been placed on you, that you may be feeling is kind of outside of your control, or could be that maybe you haven't really sought out all the possible solutions that could actually fix the situation, or maybe you just feel like that those resources maybe aren't available to you. The Sun is kind of bringing a really nice, beautiful energy, which is kind of saying that you're going to feel more positive and more optimistic about certain things that's happening in your life, especially if there have been financial issues or aspects of your life where you kind of feel is lacking. You're going to feel more optimistic about those things. Now, it may not necessarily mean that something comes in and changes everything. It could just mean maybe your outlook just changes. Maybe you just feel more positive because maybe you are starting to see things maybe move slightly in a different direction, or maybe you've just decided to just take a different approach to your circumstances, which could be making you feel more positive about what's happening around you. But the Eight of Swords is still what is kind of bringing me back to maybe feeling positive about things, but still kind of feeling like the situation maybe hasn't changed as much as you would like it to, or things around you haven't really been showing the progress that you would want to see. But at the same time, it's kind of saying that a lot of these feelings are what is going on within yourself, and it's in your mind more than anything. So it's almost like you can choose to look at things from an optimistic point of view, or you can choose to look at things from a really restricted pessimistic, things aren't changing, things always feel the same kind of situation. But it's all dependent on you, because as you can see here, this person is free and this person is in bondage. So it's almost like saying you have a choice of what side you're going to be on. Are you going to be this woman standing here with the power and the control and the authority because she's holding the sword, or are you going to be like her, the reflection she's seeing back, where she's seeing herself in all this being just stuck and almost helpless? So it's kind of saying that you do have an option in the way you're handling things, and just make sure you're picking the right one that works best for you, especially when it comes to your mind, because being that Libras are air signs, sometimes our minds can serve us, but then it can also really hinder us and hurt us in terms of when we're not thinking very in ways that are really helping us or helping our well-being, our overall well-being. So yes, peace and many blessings to you, Libra. I'll be now moving on to Cancer. Let's do Cancer. So Cancer, you have the Queen of Pentacles with the Emperor with the Knight of Cups. So you might be embracing kind of the Knight of Cups energy, but the Queen of Pentacles, so it's like you have two courts cards going on, but you have the Queen, which is more of the representing the earth element with the pentacles, and then you have the water, which is representing more of the Knight of Cups, and then you have the Emperor, which is more like representing the sign of Aries, which is more of a fiery energy. So you actually have a number of different elements going on in your cards, which is usually a good thing, but the only thing is that you're missing swords, which could have maybe some kind of effect, or maybe it can be a positive thing, but let's just see what happens in the cards. Now, the Queen of Pentacles could be representing a person that is an air sign, an earth sign person, or air sign, an earth sign person, and so they could be representing a Capricorn, Virgo, or a Taurus kind of vibe. So this could be a person that is sort of having some kind of influence this week for you, or it could even be you in a way, because sometimes, you know, we don't just, you know, the cards don't always just show us in our element in terms of our sun sign, because we have different aspects of ourselves. So sometimes the cards can show you as a different sign in the reading, just to kind of help bring forth a message. And so the Emperor is definitely about power. It's about control. It's about authority. It is about being the, like, if it was to represent a man, it could be the head of the household, the husband, that kind of thing. And the Knight of Cups kind of represents more sort of the young romantic, the young dreamer, and all that kind of stuff. So what I see for you is, I kind of see for some of you guys, you may be wanting to make certain dreams or things that you want come true. It could be that. It could be that maybe you're trying to nourish something that is going on in your life right now. And when I mean nourish, I mean maybe you are trying to, this could be trying to make money in different avenues, wanting some kind of payoff, hoping for something to be fruitful and profitable for you, because the Emperor again can even represent a boss influence. So it could be you being the boss of your situation, or you dealing with the boss in that way. I feel like if you was dealing with the boss with these two cards together, I feel like you know, you will be dealing with somebody that is definitely very focused on money, profits, and gain. And but at the same time, I kind of feel like they are not, I don't get the horrible dictator that sometimes the Emperor can represent.